The entire house of cards of traditional marriage is crumbling down. Indeed, a very unfortunate turn of events, because it's held together by bogus values rooted in one condition and one condition only: submission of women. Historically, women have been viewed quasi by default as custodians of moral righteousness when it comes to fidelity, but only because they've been confined at home 24/7 in their role as lady of the house. That status has all but denied them the opportunity to act any differently, virtue being the lining of their own prisons. To this day, men who sleep around are viewed as lucky dogs, while women who do the same are nothing but filthy sluts. Hi, I'm Max Lemonde, and this is an excerpt from my new book, How to Cheat on Your Wife and Get Away with It, a humorous deconstruction of fidelity, available in Kindle format for $4.89 at the link below. Oddly enough, feminists who insist on demonizing adultery, an utterly useless endeavor if you ask me, only help drive women further back into the recesses of this phony matrimonial correctness by perpetuating the myth of the all-enduring housewife who is expected to shut up and hope for a miracle while everything is falling apart in the bedroom, instead of doing something about it. And the stereotype is embedded in the deepest recesses of our collective psyche. Any doubts? Take Walt Disney, a household name if I ever heard one. Have you ever paused to take a look at some of his most popular female characters? As role models, they're absolutely appalling. Playing Disney CDs to my young daughters is how I got acquainted with that stupid broad from The Beauty and the Beast, for one, who goes on to fall in love with this psychotic, ill-tempered jerk who terrorizes everyone willy-nilly and even throws her father in prison for having committed the crime of getting lost on his property, only because in the end he magically turns into a good-looking dude. Or the nitwit mermaid who insists on betraying the entire ocean just so she can shack up with one of those humans who callously prey on our own people by the netload simply because he's a good-looking dude. But the one who takes away the prize in the department of spineless, self-pitying, low self-esteem basket cases has got to be Cinderella. Here's a clueless doormat who lets herself be constantly run over by a mother-in-law who's about as caring as a guard from Auschwitz, who's so incapable of taking charge of her life that she has to rely on magic in the form of a fairy godmother in order for anything good to happen to her, and who's otherwise so useless her only chance of any future whatsoever can't possibly result from her own actions, but rather from being rescued by a charming prince on a white horse. Another good-looking dude. And only because she's a reasonably good-looking gal herself. Otherwise, forget about it. We still raise our daughters to that BS as we speak. In the West, that is. Elsewhere, women need to cover from head to toe, because they belong to a patriarchal belief system that allows the dominant sex to tell the other, hey, we don't want to see you, not even your face, thereby flying in the face of decades of struggle for equality by women this side of the planet. And I don't even care to listen to what intellectually insulting and boringly predictable explanation might justify this depressingly lame sexist practice. Oh, but women should be free to dress how they see fit in this country. Of course women are free to dress however they see fit in this country. Everybody is. Nobody's disputing that. As far as I'm concerned, if you want to hang around in a full Ku Klux Klan outfit at a Martin Luther King memorial, by all means, go right ahead and do it. But your freedom to do so shouldn't preclude my freedom to tell you what I think of it. Oh, but they're doing it of their own choice. No, they're not. When an entire society expects you to observe certain practices, reprehensible as they may be from the age of 4, you comply. You have no choice in the matter, especially if you are to refrain from ever questioning the said practices, lest you face unbearable social pressure. And in certain medieval cultures, much worse. So you know what the feminist in me aches to tell you? Dress up, make yourself sexy, and just go out there and get laid already. Things have changed. Women have been hitting the workplace for the last half-century, and, like it or not, this newly gained freedom has caused infidelity on the part of women to become ever more widespread. Get used to it. More about women and changing times in my book, available at the link below. Don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, I'm Max Lemonde.